lay down. Oh, now. You dey give me coffee.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about my Christian journey. I did ask on my Instagram page if I should do a Christian journey talk, and many people said yeah, they would like to hear it, so I'm here to talk about it. Hopefully I won't be emotional because it was an emotional journey, so hopefully I'll get it together and I cry. Okay, so yeah, if I do cry, probably might just cut it off because I'm not that type of person. I'm a strong woman. It's like, no. All right, so where should I start, man? God help me. So I have always been a Christian basically all my life because I did grow up in the Christian home. I was raised in a Christian home, and my dad, he's a pastor, so I've always had that knowledge, I should say. Yeah, I've always had that knowledge about Christ. Like, yeah, you know, you confess God as your Savior. Yeah, you read your Bible. Yeah, you pray, this and that. I mean, all that was good, but as a true Christian, there's a difference between you calling yourself a Christian and there's a difference. And there's a difference between you having that intimate relationship with Christ. So there's a really big difference, and I really didn't know, you know, I to be honest with you, I really didn't know the difference. Like, I thought it was all in the same category. I mean, it is all in the same category, but I thought it was all the same. Like, okay, once you confess God as your Savior, I mean, yeah, you praise and that's what you're supposed to do. Like, it was more of a routine than a relationship. So that right there really, yeah, that it really got to me. So it all started like senior year of my high school, when I just started cutting some people off from my life. I don't know, like just certain things, I just would get irritated and I would just start cutting people off. And honestly, I don't know why I did that, to be honest. Like, I don't know how I even summoned the courage to do it, but for some reason I was just cutting people off. Like, people who didn't had any value to my life, I just started cutting them off, you know, like scissors. And I remember I prayed this one prayer in church, like, God, anyone that does not add any value to my life, or anyone that has overextended their stay in my life, God, just remove them from my life. And for some reason, I just started cutting people off. Like, I don't know, an issue can just arrive and I would just cut them off out my life like they even never exist. And it was so crazy because that's not how I am. Like, usually I'm the type of person that always, you know, cut up people and, you know, we talk it out with friends again, this and that. Or maybe let's say that if I've not talked to you for days, I'll just probably hit you up like, hey, how you doing? But I just did not have that urge, or like I just did not care anymore, basically. So yeah, that was one thing. I started cutting people off. Another thing was I remember I was having issues with school. Like, this right here was really a big turnaround for me. Like, I was having issues with school. Like, they threatened me saying that I would not graduate high school, right? And honestly, when they told me that, I was like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean I'm not gonna graduate high school? I'm gonna graduate high school. Like, no, you're lying. You're deceiving yourself. Like, imagine a student that is so, I don't say so smart, but no, let me prophesize it to my life. I am so smart. I'm smart. I'm up there in Jesus' name. But a student that is smart, like, I was in AP classes. I was in really good classes. So it wasn't like I didn't know my books. Like, I was a very good student. Like, I got honor roll like it was nothing. Every single time, like, I always get honor rolls. So it was nothing to me. So when they told me saying that I won't, you know, graduate high school, I was like, why? You know, I was really worried. Apparently, in Maryland, there's a thing called HSA. I don't know if anyone else has seen it. There's a thing called HSA. Is 3 at that time. They have a whole different name and a whole different meaning. But at that time, they had like the 3 subjects. You have the biology, you have math, and you have English. Math and English, well, English was kind of canceled, so they really didn't care about English for my last year in high school. But math, I passed math. So the only thing left for me to pass was biology. And every single time I would retake the test, I would retake this. Like, this is the first time ever that had really happened to me. Like, for me to take a test over and over and over again and not see any good result. Like, that was really an eye-opener for me. Like, why is this happening to me? Why is it that I keep taking a test and I keep failing? So I'll just do things on my own will. Like, okay, just do it. Like, I never really asked God for His will. Like, what do you want me to do with this issue? So I remember one time in church, I just prayed about it. I was just like, you know what, let me just pray about it. Let me see what will happen. And at that time, we were learning about faith. So I just tried. Like, at that time, I tried to have faith. I was like, you know, let me just calm down and let me have faith. And let me see what God will do. So let's try that, you know. And mind you, I never had this thing called faith before. A day in my life before this situation happened. I was just like, let me just try to have faith there. Let me see what happened. And well, apparently they told me that I had to do the bridge project. And once I do the bridge project, I'm okay to pass the I'm okay to pass the school. The funny thing is that the people that were doing the bridge project, they were not doing good with the bridge project. Thank God. I really thank God for this. Thank God that apparently I passed the bridge project, so I was able to move forward. Now, another issue, like, it was a whole lot, and this all happened in 2016. Like, I know many people always talking about, oh, they took major L's, this and that, like they regretted this year, or me, I can never say I regret it. Like, I can't say I regret that year. Like, no, I can't. Like, I don't like saying I like you know how some people say that they have taken L's? I can't even say that. Like, no, I can't. And I will talk to you guys later why I can't say things like that. So, apparently, yeah, I was not even about to go to university because no school was not trying to pick me. Like, any school I applied to, they would probably decline me or say that my SAT is too low, this and that. It's like, why is all of this happening? And mind you, I'm not an idiot. Like, I'm not dumb. I know what I'm doing. I'm very, scholarly, I should say. Like, yeah, like, I'm very serious with school. So how come I'm, number one, not getting accepted to any school, but I've taken AP classes, I have good grades, and this and that. And then also, they tell me that I'm not going to pass high school. Like, why is all of this happening to me? Like, what is going on? Like, I had to really think it. Like, what is going on? Like, I just did not like it, and I got so upset during the stage. Like, I mean, imagine seeing your friends, they getting accepted to school, and you're over there like you don't know what school you're going to go to, okay? And then you see people getting ready for graduation. You don't even know if you're gonna graduate. You're going to feel down. You're going to feel sad, and I think this also played a role. Many people will call it depression, but I don't want to call it depression. Like, I was down, and I won't say it was depression, because depression is a mental illness, and God forbid I don't have a mental illness in Jesus' name, but I was down. And while I was down, I will find comfort in something else. Like, maybe I will watch something that I was not supposed to watch in order for me to find comfort in what the pain I was feeling, or I would eat. And this also played a big role in me gaining. Don't cry, child, don't cry. This also played a big role in me gaining weight. Like, I gained so much weight, like, from my last year of high school to my freshman year, because I would feel so down. So I would look for food for comfort. And every time when I eat, I'm always I would gain so much weight. And people will be asking me, like, what's going on with you? You know, I've been gaining weight, this and that. But they don't understand that I'm going through problems, you know. And so I still had to deal with faith. Like, I was just like, you know what? Let me try this. Like, faith actually worked in my first trial when they said I couldn't graduate. And look at now, I'm about to graduate. So let me try faith on this one. So all I can just hear was, something was just telling me that reapply to the schools again. And you know, before I reapplied, I redid my SAT. And my own opinion, my SAT did not even match what those people were even requiring. But I just reapplied. So I was just like, whatever. I'm gonna give it to God. I'm just gonna give everything to God. So once I reapplied, I got accepted. Just like, oh, okay. It was just so funny how I'm able to have faith and God was able to do it for me. So I was like, okay, you know, I like this. So mind you, my beginning of my Christianity, I was taking it as a routine. Like, okay, this is what you had to do, you know. And then when trials started happening, I started taking faith in God, you know. So once I realized that, okay, God is actually helping me with some of the, I was urgent, like I had this ache, should I say ache, like, you know how some people say they're so thirsty to seek after God? I wouldn't say thirsty, but like, I was just like, I want to know more of how this is happening, you know, like I just want to have that relationship with him to see why this is happening. And apparently, like, I started praying more, you know, started getting closer to God, and I found out that the more I got closer to God, the more I started cutting people off in my life. Like, I started cutting friends up. I even started cutting family members off. Like, that's how it was. And I could remember saying that, like, okay, let me slow down, okay? I'm going ahead of myself. I can remember a voice telling me that the reason why you went through all that trials is because of what you confess out your mouth. And this is why I'm a strong believer in power of tongue. Like, there's really, like, your tongue is very powerful. That's why I urge people, be careful of what you say, because this had really affected me, honestly. And all I could hear was just saying that because of what you profess out of your mouth, that's why you're going through this issue. And I had to think it back, like, okay, well, like, what could I profess out of my mouth that could have caused me to go through this? So I was thinking, and I came to realization that usually when I'm with my friends or when I'm around people, I insult myself. Like, I call myself stupid, I call myself dumb, like, and all in the name of I want to joke and have fun with my friends. I'm insulting myself, not knowing that I'm putting myself in danger when I say things like that. You know, imagine if I didn't call myself stupid. I mean, I'm not gonna say that, okay, maybe those things, but what I'm just saying is that, just imagine if I didn't say any of these things. I think things would have changed a little differently. But I would call myself stupid, I would call myself dumb. And I realized that, you know, those things that come out of my mouth was the reason why I'm being affected. So it's like, okay, I don't know. Like, to me, honestly, I was just like, okay, I don't know if this is what God is revealing to me, but it makes sense to me somehow. And that's why I said earlier that I don't believe in losers. Like, the L word, I don't believe in that. As for me, I rephrase it. Like, when I say, oh, I'm gonna take an L, it's more, I'm going to take a lesson in this. Like, I'm going to learn from this. I'm not going to be a loser. I'm going to learn and take a lesson from this and see where this will lead me. And that's really how I am up to today. Like, people can testify. Like, I don't like cursing. Even when somebody's cursing me out or anything like that, in my head, I'm always saying, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. Because I knew what I passed through, and it was because of what I prophesied into my life. and that's what came to pass. That's why I went through what I went through. So yeah, after I was urgent to know God, like the relationship, I got close to Him. Like I will pray about any and everything, like anything that just happened, I'll pray about it. But that was, for me, it was okay. But I realized that okay, I kind of had to check myself. Like okay, like you know how you do a spiritual check-in. So I had to check myself. I was like, are you gonna really call on God when you need Him? How about when you don't need Him? What do? You just forget about Him? Like what? Like what is really going on? So I mean, and I think that's what so many of us do. Like when everything in our life is going smooth and going great, we forget about Him. So I was just like, man, it's like every time when an issue arises, I'm always asking God to help me. I'm always praying, and there's nothing wrong with asking God to help you. But the fact that I only call Him when problem arrive, that no, that shouldn't. No, if I say I want a relationship with Him, I want that relationship with Him. Like take it as me and my mom. Me and my mom were very close, very very close. Let's say that I only come to her when I have issues, but when I don't have issues, I don't go to her. How would that make her feel? Obviously, it will make her feel used, you know. So I had to kind of like check myself. I like, okay, if I say I want a relationship, let me at least get a relationship from God. So I seek after that. Like I will pray about it, you know, more and more. Like God, please let me have that close relationship with you. Like I urge for you. I'm aching for that relationship. And I'll just continue praying about it. So fast forward, graduated high school, everything went fine. And then going to freshman year, man, college can be so intimidating. Like when I tell you, you can get lost like that in college. That's how I always, like, people think I joke when I say this, when I say that you can you need God when you're in college, and that's nothing but the truth. Like you need Him when you're in college, but because you can really get lost. Like it's so easy for you to get lost, and that's exactly what happened to me. Remember when I said that I was getting comfortable? I got way too comfortable in my freshman year of college. Like I guess because I don't say I guess, I know. Well, first of all, I cut every friend off. Like I cut everybody off out of my life, and I was basically lonely. So I was looking for validation at the wrong place. Like I was looking for new friends, you know, new people to talk to. And the friends I was hanging out with, it wasn't like they were bad or anything, but they just they were really influencing me to do things that I can honestly say I wasn't happy about. And I was trying to force friendship where I really did not need, you know. And the thing is that in college, like every night, right? Because I got so comfortable, every night I would always party. Like I would always go partying. But the crazy thing is I would not drink. I would not smoke. Because I was like, yeah, I'm still a Christian, but I'm partying. Like, how can you call yourself a Christian, but you're over here still doing lustful things, you're still doing things of the world, and you're calling yourself a Christian? It can't work. It just cannot work, you know? So I was like, every time wear my mini skirt, show a little this and that, you know, do my hair, do my makeup, and go to the party and look nice, you know? And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with parties, but you need to know where and what type of party you should be going to as a Christian. And at that time, I did not know. I would find myself in, oh yeah, and every single night, every single time, every night when they call a party, I would be like, okay, I have to get dressed, to the point where I forgot my purpose of why I even went to college. That's how bad it was. Like, man, when I tell you, it was crazy. It was really crazy. And the thing is that I was like, oh yeah, I have schoolwork to do, and I would quickly rush and do the schoolwork. And obviously, I was not giving in my 100. Imagine, like, I would always party every weekend, you know, make friends with the not so good people, and yeah, like that's how it was. And because I was in that stage of loneliness, again, going back, like I will always find comfort in food. Like I would eat even twice as much as what I was doing when I was back in high school. Like in college, I would even eat more and more and more. Like every time, and the thing is that every time I walk out, like out in public, people always think I was pregnant because my stomach looks so big. And people are like, are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? I'm like, no, I'm just fat. So yeah, and people will look at me like, is she okay? Like she looks, you know. And I will eat every time. And the reason why I'm eating is not because I was hungry, it's because I was trying to find comfort in it. That also going the same way of me partying. The reason why I party is because I was trying to find comfort in it. Because at that stage, I felt lonely. That's why the fact that I had friends, I was still missing something. And that itself was just, yeah, it was really an eye-opener for me.
Greatness. Pour ce soir, tu nous confines à tout ça. Je m'appelle for la photo Kizz Daniel, very great.
JP's a production.
DJ Neptune.